Oh, you ready?
All right. Yo, this is 50.com. Heineken is here, man.
And this is ESSO, Everyone Sees Sounds Official. We with my guy.
Julian. My name is Julian Rodriguez, at King Julian _. And basically, I'm here to tell you guys what I got going on.
I mean, let's talk about it, man.
I think we know a little bit. You got some real estate going on.
Yeah.
You got some money going on, and that's what people want to hear. And I just peep how, when you send my hoodie gonna have the joint with the hat to preach. You can't have my shit. I changed my mind.
Nah, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it too, man. I'll take care of you.
So what's the logo represent? Because I see the stripes, the lines. What is?
So basically, what this is it's just our brand, right? So our brand is Black Squad, right?
Okay.
That's how it initiated the company's Black Squad Inc. And what happened was back in the day, me and my barber Joanne from Jersey City, because I'm originally from Jersey City, born and raised. We both got black cars at one time, right? So he was cutting my hair and he was like, "Yo, we should make a car club." And I was like, "All right, what do you call it? What do you want to call it?" And I was like, Black Squad. So that's how it started. So then after that, like it segued into my man started doing party promoting in New Jersey. And so, like, a crew would come out.
I actually used to live in Jersey City.
Really? Where?
My daughter was born in Christ Hospital. I actually lived. I lived on the waterfront, and I lived in the hood on Boyd.
Okay.
On Boyd between Bergen and Kennedy.
Bergen and Kennedy. Okay, that's not that hood in that area, but it's all right. No. It's all right.
As soon as you get to Bergen,
right.
As soon as you get to Bergen and you go,
rough.
I'm not talking about Bergen. I'm talking about it's not Bergen because you think of Kennedy and Bergen. No, Kennedy and what was on the other side? Was it Bergen Line?
No,
I'm not a
Kennedy and
it's
Bergen.
in the hood. I'm talking about Boyd Avenue, not Bergen. That's the wrong one because Bergen I know is over there. It was between Kennedy. I lived on 28 Boyd. It was between Kennedy and on the other side.
West side.
Going into the hood. No, West side was on that side. I'm talking about on this
Bergen.
side.
So it had to be Kennedy, Bergen, MLK, Ocean.
It was between Martin Luther King. Was it Martin Luther King and Ocean?
Ocean.
It had to be MLK and Ocean. Whatever that block that next block over was like the roughest block out there. You could take that block all the way down to where the school was.
Nah, yeah. So there's like barriers, like everywhere. You know, like in LA, for example. In LA, you're in one block and you're fine, and then you cross another block and then you're in like dangerous water.
DC's like that.
Hell yeah, absolutely. So it started as that. Then my people started doing like party promoting. So we had like a pretty good following with the cars. We had like 10 to 12 cars that had like Black Squad stickers and stuff like that.
I'm a car dude, so
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we started doing the party promoting, and then like my man would promote, and then like a whole bunch of us would come out and just show support, and we would be in the club with like all our gear on and stuff like that. So then it turned from that into like 2012 after I started getting like established like in the business world and the real estate stuff. In my mind, I was like, I got to do something else with this brand, and it has to like kind of turn into something else. It can't just be partying bullshit all the time.
Yeah.
So from that, it kind of became like a charitable organization. So that's kind of like what we're doing now with this, but under, we're doing business as something else because the Black Squad is just too aggressive to be like as a charity, I mean, it's
so you got a DBA.
Yeah. So what would always happen was, when I would try to explain, or people would ask me about that, they'd always like affiliate it because it could be kind of aggressive, I guess, and taken like out of context. So that's why we decided to come up with a different a name to do business under, which is JRTs Helping Hands.
I understand that, but what is the problem with a little bit of aggression? They act like that. That's the way of the world.
Right.
Like everybody is gorilla if they want to get to the top, and a lot of people that have money, the Kennedys is raised on gorilla.
You know what?
The Trumps is raised on gorilla. So why when it's black and Spanish people,
what are they?
White, but when it's black and Spanish people, when they start talking about black or this and that, and we a squad or we this, now it's like, yo, like,
two gangsters,
yeah, you're really gonna do an LLC on that gangster shit? Yeah,
right.
Gangsters give back too.
Absolutely.
Can it be Beige Squad?
that would be less aggressive. But it's just like that thing, like, judging a book by its cover type thing. Even before you get into any doors or any meetings, sometimes depending on who's seeing, who you're trying to open their ear to, they're going to be like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
What does the 212 mean?
So the 212 is like an old concept. So basically at 211 degrees, water is water. At 212, water converts into steam, and now with steam you could push a locomotive. So it's like one of those, and also like the stripes. Also, what it means is, back in the day, like the tally marks, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for us, the 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. But there's no end to the sequence. It just keeps going. You know what I mean? So both things are just symbols to like keep going and
put
like
a lot
never
of thought
give up.
behind
that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's dope.
Absolutely.
When you mentioned steam and locomotive, because you know your partner JP had mentioned promotion. I remember, you know, Wrigley. You know, he's Wrigley Gum, Wrigley Field, and all of that.
Right.
He's probably the number. Nobody spent more money on promotion than him.
Wow.
Like. He had his budget was endless, and he was on the train, and one of his advisors was like, "Everyone knows you. Why you keep spending money? You don't have to. You're good." And he's like, "You know, how fast is this train going?" He's like 60 miles per hour. If we stop pumping the coal in it, how fast you think it's gonna go? And he's like, "No steam, no drive, no nothing." And he just was. They said bottomless when it came to promotion. He would pay for whatever. And you see Wrigley Field is still up. People still chewing Wrigley gum and all of that.
If you don't promote your product, Puff Daddy told me this. I think I told you. I tell everybody this. Puff Daddy said to me to my face, if you have a great product that nobody knows about, you don't have shit.
Right. That's facts. That's facts. And you see that now. Now you see that also. I guess more like in real life or in real time with like the whole like ad space, you know, like people selling ads on social media. Like you could, you know, literally invest like $1,000 into something and then you see that money come right back in. It's, you know, as long as you're giving like a quality product.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, real estate, like what's your angle in real estate? How do you make it look enjoyable and fun and not so overwhelming? That's the thing I've noticed because, you know, Esso, he's had multiple homes and he had to explain to me really the process of buying a home. There are people in the hip hop industry who have cash but the credit don't go well. It's so, you know, intimidating. What do you do to not make it so intimidating?
So I think for people to start, because, you know, again, it's all about people's end goals. Like not everybody wants to be a real estate investor, right? But I would say like, you know, it's something to be said about ownership, right? I always tell people, look at real estate, especially if you're going to buy something as an owner-occupied property, look at that as a retirement account, right? A retirement account that if you do the right thing and you buy the correct type of property initially, that property is going to pay for itself, you know, after 30 years when you go to retire, right? So I would say that, like, there's the stigma in real estate is that, I don't want to get into real estate because I don't want to deal with tenants, you know? Because literally when you become a real estate investor, it becomes a job, right? So it's, you know, and again, JP was talking about it earlier, that it's kind of like when you are an entrepreneur, people think it's easy, you know, like it's just you getting money and that's it. But when you do that real estate, when you get into that field, you're buying yourself a job basically. Yeah, you're gonna get income every month, but you have to put work towards that. So I would say that the easiest way to like get into that, so it's not that intimidating, is just buy owner-occupied property, like get into like a 3-family or multi-family, something that's gonna help you alleviate like your mortgage bill, so you're not eating that.
And that you'll be on that property and you can naturally monitor it and you don't have to go out and bring it back and stuff like that.
And it can start that way.
I did that. I didn't.
You didn't like it? Yeah?
He don't like dealing with people being dumb
I'm not
and dirty.
friendly. So
And he don't like dumb people and he don't like dirty people.
Yeah, I don't. I just don't rock. I'm very particular on everything that I do.
Got it.
So even when I had the tenants, we had Section 8 tenants. Like she was okay and all that.
Right.
It just became, as far as living a life and trying to excel in the business and traveling. And then I was with my baby moms. I didn't want to leave it up to her to have to deal with these people because sometimes they be slick aggressive.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. You gotta show a lot of restraint, man.
Although they owe you money, they slick aggressive with you.
Exactly. One of the craziest moments I had. RIP to my uncle. He had a 3-family home in Brownsville, and he was just renting it out to these hookers, right, and strippers. And they was getting money. They would never pay the rent. And the problem is, I don't know how it is in Jersey. And I remember when I was going to school in Florida, and I was late. I was 5 days late on my rent, and they already put the eviction
notice up there. That's how Florida is.
Yeah, but in New York, it takes about 9 months to evict somebody. It's
Jersey, it takes a while to.
Jersey
I think New York City, you have to be a real piece of shit to be homeless in New York because they make it hard. And I remember this chick would not pay for it. One of the greatest moments I remember was when we bought the Marshall, and then they was eating the cereal,
Damn.
and they were like, it's time to go. And the one thing I remember, she ran back to the back and got in the shoebox and pulled out $7,000 to pay the rent, all the back rent. And he's like, no, bitch. You're gone.
Get the fuck out. You're not. I'm not coming back here with the Marshall again. Bitch.
It's too late. It's too
Because
late.
you know when the Marshals can arrest a cop.
Hell yeah.
So you know it's serious when you got
When
the
the
Marshals.
Marshals come.
Especially when they take the Con Ed meter. Shit happened to me. I was like, no.
And when you was in the game, you never thought about like doing the like just getting property manager in there for you?
I was young,
but you like,
boss.
you like
bro,
to control like what you got your hand into.
I was.
He was like
I'm
25.
an originator of doing this in my family.
Right.
Okay, my father's from North Carolina. My mother's from Pittsburgh. My father worked, and saved, and his goal was to buy them a house and retire.
Got it.
And that's what he chose to do. When I was saying I'm never getting a job, you like, what are you talking about? You got a degree, you got 2 degrees, you the smartest motherfucker everybody know. What do you mean you're not getting a job? I don't want to work for nobody. I was an alien. My family almost disowned me. He told the story like, we're never helping you. Get the fuck out of here. You want to sell drugs and smoke weed. And I was like, no, I just don't want to drive a bus.
Right.
That's the same thing that
Not
happened to me.
interested.
But when I decided to go into this business, I'm from a Caribbean family, doctor, lawyer, engineer. Nothing else matters. and I got people in my family. I could make $10 million right now with you guys. And the fact that I didn't make it
As a doctor, a lawyer, or something.
not even
like,
that. The fact that I didn't make it while wearing a suit,
Yeah.
it doesn't count. It'll be considered lucky.
Yo, can I tell you one little thing? And I'm going to leave it at
Yeah,
this.
go ahead.
We in Corona. I can't say all the shit. Coronavirus is going on. I pack all my shit up, pack my wife up. I go down to Pittsburgh to stay
This
with
is
my
a crazy
father,
story, yo.
Okay? Stay with my mother and father because my mother got dementia, but she all right. And my
His mom's is a thug, yo.
both
Still.
of them is like 78, right? So I'm down there. So my father's like, yo, how the fuck you gonna be down here for 10 weeks? I said, yo,
Yeah,
I'm
he was out there.
gonna just tell everybody, just mail my money here. He's like, fucking mail your money here? What are you talking about? You think I'm fucking stupid? I said, I don't even know what you're talking about, Slick. Like, I just ignore him. I said, yo, go out to the mailbox. I got some mail in there. I said, it looked like junk mail, but it's a check. That motherfucker, I said, open that motherfucker up. Right? He opens that shit. He's like, yo, what the fuck? He's like, oh, this is your money for the month. I said, no, nigga, I get that every week.
Sheesh.
How about that?
Damn. Royalties, huh?
And he's like, nah, no, I can't even say what it is. It's not
You
royalties.
can't say what it is.
Yeah.
I get that shit every week.
Wow.
All right, when I don't get it weekly, he know like I
He
haven't
starts-
gotten it.
yo.
I haven't gotten it. I had to get on the phone. I had to go see my
Phone
man.
calls.
And yo, what the
What's
fuck?
going on?
Okay?
Yeah.
So finally, after the 6th week goes by, he's like, yo. He asked my wife, he said, what the fuck does this nigga, now this is my father. What the fuck does this nigga do? She said, you don't know what your son did? I said, no, he never cared because I didn't drive a bus.
Damn.
He thought it was now because he sees a check, right? And not cash. He sees a check. He's like, oh shit, this nigga really be fucking working. Because I told you I'm not a guerrilla worker. My father is a guerrilla worker.
Yeah.
And he had to sit back. He said, I guess my son learned how to work smarter and not harder.
harder.
My
Nice.
dad, and he's mad though. My dad taught me how to work hard. I said, well, my dad didn't teach me how to work. He taught me how to get money.
That's
And I'm
it.
talking to him.
Dope.
There's more than one way
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
to get money.
Absolutely. That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
That's
And
facts.
that's where, and that led into my shit that I wanted to ask you. What made you even venture into real estate? Was it a family thing or were you an alien as well?
So I wouldn't say alien, but like my parents, when they came here from Dominican Republic, they came here like in the 70s, right? So we had like some like one of my father's uncles came here first, and he kind of like scared everybody. They came in and they came into to New York first, and then like my father and his sister moved to Jersey City. But when they came in first, the uncle was like, yo, don't get into buying anything. Like, you don't want any debt. Don't do none of that. That was in
I
the
know
70s.
that
He
mentality.
didn't know no better.
Right, he didn't know no better. So it wasn't until like the 90s that like my family, it was like my aunt and two of my uncles bought a 3-family house in Jersey City. So that was like the introduction to like buying real estate. So it was always in there. Like after that, then everyone followed suit and was just buying like their own personal stuff, right? My father started getting into like buying houses probably like in the year like 2000, 2001. So, but my father would do it differently than me, right? So he would see, and remember, that's when the market was about to like go crazy.
Yeah.
So he would buy a property and just have it for like 6 months and make like 70, 80,000 off the property, right? So he was like, shit, like, but the bad thing is that every time that he would do that, we would have to move. So he would buy a property,
Gotcha, and then y'all-
sell it, and then we'd have to move.
Oh, he was selling y'all own
So he was selling our own
shit.
shit,
He was
right.
flipping y'all own shit. That nigga's a beast. Oh
So,
shit!
hey, but-
yo, no cap, I got chills on my
that's
neck.
a
That
ill
nigga
dude.
was going hard, yo. I got the 80Ds. Pack your
your
shit
shit
up.
up.
Let's
We
go.
out
We
of
about to
here.
get another 80.
Let's go. So he did that. He did that about, I want to say like 3 times. He probably did that. Then after that, we finally settled into one.
Your
And
mom
then-
probably
and
said
then he got
enough
a little
is enough,
smarter,
right?
And then he started just
yeah, that was
investing.
like for the forever one. Then he got into one, like he got into, so the first, my introduction to real estate was 2007, right before the market went down.
Yeah,
So he came to me, him and my aunt had the money and I had the credit. So we was gonna split it like, like
Yeah.
3 ways or whatever. So what happened there was, thankfully we didn't lose any money, but and again, this is like something that we're doing with the JRTs Helping Hand. I didn't know about money, right? So I went and I was like, oh shit, I have a 9 to 5. I'm making like good money on my full-time job, and then I have this extra income that might be coming in, and I'm like, damn, this is gonna be really good money. Fuck it. First thing I did was I went to get that black car that started Black Squad. But what did that do? That got me into debt, right? And then the market collapsed after that, so everything didn't come to fruition
That's
like
when
I was
filed for
expecting.
bankruptcy. That was
You
the
wanna know
round the
something?
same
Right,
time.
right.
My house. Go on. I'm sorry.
You want to know who else got caught up the same way? Chris Holder. He was
I got caught up. the same
and
way.
same thing with the real estate. And he's the reason why I'm mentioning him. He's a car guy like you, and he already had his Jaguar and everything. And his parents was like, yeah, you fucked up, and he just was like, no. And then he got his Lambo and his Maserati years later. So
Shit,
that's why when
right.
you mention the cars, I'm like, oh, we all
Right.
gonna meet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So that's like how I got introduced into it. So we did that deal.
Ooh.
It didn't go through. I lost my credit. I ended up losing my credit because I got into debt.
Yeah.
I lost my credit. It was fucked up for like a couple of years. Then in like 2011, I started fixing everything up.
That's what I
and then I got back into
Same
it.
shit. My shit is an 800 again, nigga.
Right. So that's the thing
Facts,
too.
I grinded.
And then going back to this stuff is again JRT's Helping Hand is at JRT's Helping Hand on Instagram, and the website is www.jrtshelpinghandcom.
Are you on Facebook as well?
On Facebook, we're JRT Helping Hands.
Okay,
also.
cool.
So
you
with
got to
this-
set up like a non-profit?
So this right now is a charitable
charity.
organization. JP helped me out, so we're in the process of getting the
Oh,
501.
the same guy that said he could get your funding and paperwork. JP helped Julian.
Yes, that's my partner. What can I say?
You know Spanish people stick
J&J.
together.
Got to.
Yeah, that's one thing. Even in hip hop, if you
Hell
think
yeah.
that's how the heavy hitters
I call them
started.
Spanish niggas.
Really?
Spanish niggas stick together.
I didn't even know that.
because I forgot who. I think Enough wanted to be in Funk Flex group, and he was like,
Flex told them no.
yeah, he's like, no, he's Spanish.
Oh, shit.
That's how I heard the story.
And that's why he started his
The
own
heavy
shit.
hitters,
Wow.
and that's why they're all Spanish.
He got a couple black people in there.
Ooh.
He sneaks a couple
No.
black people. He sneaks a couple black people in there.
Cass One is Dominican.
Yeah, but I'm saying he sneaks a couple black people.
You sure
got
he not Spanish?
He got heavy hitters, bro. He got heavy hitters around the country.
Oh,
You're talking about New York now.
Everywhere.
You're listening. He got niggas on his squad.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I understand the lingo.
Yeah,
now.
that's what I said.
No, let me stop.
I can't see. You know what I mean?
No, let me stop the lingo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, never
So
mind.
he got heavy hitters, but you know what I'm saying?
We gonna talk.
So getting to this, that's something that we want to do, right? So we're in the process of getting our 501c3, which is the actual classification to be a nonprofit. Right? So what we want to do with this is we want to actually, set up like mentoring, right, and set up
I like that.
financial literacy for like our community. Because again, I was born and raised in Jersey City, so they have like some good parts. They got some parts that
Some
there's
rugged
money like
parts,
downtown Jersey
yeah,
City,
that's
stuff
what I
like
say,
that.
yeah.
But for the most part,
If
it's
you
like
up
hood,
on the hill,
especially when I grew up
if
there,
you up
right?
on the
How
hill,
you gonna
and
make
all that.
like I asked JP? how he's gonna make his business look cool. How are you gonna make real estate look cool to a 14-year-old
and a nonprofit?
So again, I think the influence that social media has right now, right? Like you can make a presence as long as you connect, right? And that's the main thing. So the way that we're trying to like brand ourselves is like, clothing, right? The events that we do sporting events. So we raise money with
so
sporting
you're going back
events.
so you're still doing events.
So yeah, so we haven't done some in a while,
Because of
but
Corona,
we're
I
gonna
got
start
you.
doing that again. So I guess it's all of that. Then just the fact of us being from like where we're from and we're trying to give back. Like I've already, it's like thousands of,
You're
not
building
thousands, but
from
like
the
hundreds of people that have
inside
told
out.
me like, yo, what you doing is fly, because it's like we saw you growing up and now you're like giving back
Coming
to
back,
the community. So it's kind of like that. Like that's how I'm trying to structure like everything, even with the real estate. Like this is my main focus right now, is trying to get the nonprofit up and running, because again, had I known the information about like credit or anything like that, I wouldn't have made that mistake when I thought the bag was going to come in. I wouldn't have bought that car.
I mean, you
would've took
going
that
back
money
to
and-
your uncle saying, "Don't buy nothing, don't get into
Right,
no
right,
debt."
right,
Like
right.
it goes deeper than that.
Exactly.
I mean, my
It's
father,
learning.
like I said on the show, my father taught me a lot of things, but for this business and the stuff that I'm doing, he couldn't teach me
couldn't
nothing.
teach you,
I'm
right.
the first one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people out there that they are the first one as well.
Absolutely.
So I understand where you coming from and
Right,
what y'all
right.
trying to do. And it's dope. My wife is into this. I done did fundraising.
Oh,
and
nice.
we did all of this stuff. She got Girl Spirit, Women's Song, all types of shit. The Kids League. We still functioning. We do
Dope.
dinners and actually give the money to people.
Oh, that's fly, man.
You know what I'm
Hopefully we
saying?
can do
So
something.
yeah, so we did all that type of stuff, and she wants to get back to that type of thing too.
Right.
But because of Corona, it's crazy. But the one thing that I'm gonna say that she used to make her shit sexy is that she knows a lot of pretty women.
Of course.
So when you have pretty women that
All
say
day.
that they want to give back
Right,
to kids and everything,
You know the savage is gonna
That's
come.
the-
because
That's
because
the-
and I'm just saying
'Cause
this,
I'm coming.
and I'm just saying this before we go, because we're big on giving people information that we have as well
Beautiful.
that works for
Beautiful.
them,
Beautiful.
right?
Right.
And I've seen a lot of men. I've seen dudes that have biker clubs and they
Right.
got the money but they're putting in all their own money and they don't, and they think that that's good enough. It's not,
Right.
because you need the community to rally behind you, because whoever's going to give you money is going to have self-interest in what's going on.
Absolutely.
So that's why you
Absolutely.
want the $20, the $10 instead of the $4,000 from somebody who's not
gonna
involved.
care. I always say, not to cut you off,
No,
just
do
to
your
handle
thing.
on that point. So one because it's easy for me to, like, let's say I go and I see a family, because one of the things we do is we try to raise money for, like, if someone's
That's what we do,
impacted,
yes,
like negative, you know what I
kids.
mean?
That's beautiful.
It's easy for me to go in my pocket and be like, all right, I give you the 1,000. But it's powerful when I can
Well,
say,
shit,
look,
give me the $1,000.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll put that right now. I like to gamble too.
you guys do the sports gambling?
Yeah.
Come on,
But it's
man. We in the money, man. Like, what are you talking
It's
about?
powerful. It's powerful when you could go, like, for example, we're selling these hoodies right now, right? And the reason that we're selling them, and we never sell like any of our brands. Like, anytime you ever seen any of our brands in the street, it's because I give it out to like
Okay.
family, just people
That's
that
the
represent.
same thing with the hats
Right,
and
right.
the hoodies and everything.
This time we actually were like, you know what? Let's sit down. Let's try to do some good with everything that's going on in the world. So we're selling them. It cost me $35 to make one of these. We're selling them for $70. 35 comes back to me for the cost, and then the other 35 is
Goes
just
to
putting
somebody
in
else.
a pot, and we're donating that to families in need.
That's
and we've
dope.
done this 2 rounds already, and we raised probably like $5,000 already.
Yeah, y'all, you ain't got to give me
Like-
one of that shit. I'll just buy that shit.
Yeah, no,
Nah,
but
thank
on
you,
that.
man. I
I'm
appreciate
cool on
that.
that.
when we first started, on our journey of putting our show together, because he has certain things.
Which is fly, man. It's like what you guys got is dope. It's dope.
Because-
It's dope.
50 Cent had a quote one time, because people couldn't understand why his mixtapes were moving so well. And he said, I needed to treat my mixtape like an album. So when we first started, this guy is a super manager. Everything he's done is at the highest level. So, but when we came into the visuals, he's happy about putting out work. So when we was putting out certain things, I said, that can't come out. I don't like the way that looks. And I said, this is how it's supposed to look. This is how it's supposed to look. And it's not that he didn't know. It's just there's certain intricacy of technical shit.
I wasn't experienced.
His eyes is way better than probably even mine. The reason why I'm saying that is I think when it comes to how you're going to present the real estate, because I've seen it done, I think when you do your videos, any spot you at, it should be a modern spot, whether it's a high rise, condo, whatever, and you guys got the car club, shoot the video going to the spot. Now,
a BTS trailer.
A trailer of you guys in the cars, because women I've never heard a woman that didn't like a nice car, and dudes, we love our cars, and then a place that looks modern, and it's in a nice neighborhood, and you're like, this is what,
and you don't even got that. And you don't even gotta sell it.
Right.
It don't even gotta be something that
everybody's gonna sign up.
It's bogus.
They're gonna be like, "Yo, we need that.
I need that because I would. Because that's what kids.
Because that lifestyle, right?
That's
like that lifestyle.
That's
out there.
the life.
And then you introduce them to the houses in Jersey cities that's in the dirt. Like, this is how you get it, motherfucker.
Absolutely.
But tell the people how they can find you, because although you told them, they always tune into the end, and this creates a whole clip for yourself.
No, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So tell the people how they can find you.
Yeah, so again, we're on Instagram. We're at JRTs Helping Hands. My real estate tag is Julian Rodriguez Jr. That's on Instagram. And again, the website is www.jrthelpinghands.com. And again, you could go on there. You could see everything that we got going on. We're trying to take it to a different level now. That's my main focus. But again, like JP said, thank you guys for allowing us, the platform to talk about.
To say one thing,
really
you see how when I was talking about how I was showing him with the video, and in the same reverse, in terms of business, I was making money, I was doing stuff, but it was very dirty.
Got it.
Figuratively. And he's like, you need to clean up your business.
Got it. Smart.
And this is how you collect money. This is how we generate interest and stuff like that. So it's not a one-sided affair on either side. It's really like, all right, you throw this on me, I throw this on you, and we merge it together.
We merge it, right. Yeah. Awesome. Good stuff, man.
All right, so like I tell everybody, I wish y'all the best of whatever it is that y'all doing. And we kind of connected now, so whatever we can involve in, like I said, I'm going to buy one of your sweatshirts just to support.
Just off GP,
Just off of GP. And we just keep on going. And I wish y'all the best, like I said. And I hope everything comes to fruition, because Jersey City definitely needs that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Same to you guys from us, too, man.
No doubt.